boy's skin turned purple in the 40-degree summer heat. He didn't feel any warmth around the fire for a long time, but he was still very cold. It was only when he took a deep breath into the fire that he slowly felt the warmth. As the heat of the fire was sucked away, his skin slowly returned to normal, while the fire on the ground was frozen into an ice sculpture. From this moment on, his life has changed drastically. Last night, John fell into a hole in the ice when he was picking up a ball. He thought he would die, but after a night, he miraculously climbed back up through the ice. He even unlocked a special ability to absorb heat. But when he got back to school, John felt cold again. His classmates saw him shivering in the summer heat and thought he must have a fever. They all urged him to go to the infirmary for a checkup. When the doctor took his temperature, he realized that it was a staggering minus 80 degrees Celsius. Confused, the doctor put his hand on his forehead to test it, but the warmth of his hand made John feel very comfortable. But the doctor shivered because of the coldness. The next moment, John's temperature returned to normal. John then realized that humans could bring his body temperature back to normal. John broke into his girlfriend's house at night, ready to suck all the heat out of her. The girl was taking a shower in her own bathroom, and unbeknownst to her, a figure had slipped into her house. When the girl heard the noise in the bathroom, she thought it was her friend playing a prank. But the next moment, a boy with a purple face bursts in. The girl was horrified to see her boyfriend John in such a state of shock. As John put his hand on the shower head, the hot water that came out turned into ice. This scene scared the girlfriend for a moment. She hurriedly turned around and wanted to escape, but John did not intend to spare her. He grabbed her and began to suck the heat from her body. But just a few seconds, his girlfriend was frozen into an ice sculpture. John felt very comfortable after sucking in the heat, but the cold air emitted from his body instantly froze the candle next to him into ice. It turns out that since John was dropped into an ice hole, his body would often feel extremely cold. He could only feel warmth when he drew in human heat, but human heat couldn't last long. After 2 hours, John's body temperature gradually dropped to minus 80 degrees. He called his classmates to trick them into coming out so he could absorb more heat. But it was late at night and everyone was already asleep. That's when he suddenly remembered Jenny, who had a crush on him. Jenny was so happy to get the call that she soon followed John's lead to a school swimming pool for a date. She thought her spring had come, but as a figure slammed the door of the swimming pool, John appeared with a face full of ice. Jenny senses something is wrong and tries to escape, but it's too late. The boy had tricked his girl into coming to the pool for a date in order to stay alive. Jenny looks at the boy's icy face and turns around to run away, but she accidentally falls into the pool. John didn't panic at the sight and started releasing heat into the pool. Unexpectedly, the whole pool instantly froze, and Jenny's thighs were trapped in the pool. As Jenny was about to turn into an ice sculpture, Jack arrived just in time. He punched John and sent him flying 30 feet away. Jack then breaks the ice and rescues Jenny with his plan to suck the heat out of a living person in terrors. John's transformation into a frozen man is a painful one. Finally, he sneaks into a power station and connects his body to the high-voltage electricity. With a shower of sparks, John was happy, but the neighborhood suffered. The pressure caused a complete blackout in the town. Soon after, a girl came to check if the generator was malfunctioning and was directly targeted by John. A tragedy is about to happen. When Jack arrives at a critical moment, he advised John to see a doctor first and not to kill any more innocent people. But John didn't listen to him and attacked Jack. But Jack slapped him across the face and sent him flying hundreds of feet. When Jack rushed up to look for him, he realized that John had disappeared. Then John attacked him from behind and sucked on Jack. Feeling like he was about to die, Jack fought back. While the two of them were struggling on the ground, Jack suddenly had a plan. While John was about to suck on him, Jack punched John and sent him flying into the river. As expected, the next second the river quickly froze over, trapping John underneath forever. I just don't know if John will be able to break through the ice this time like he did before. If you were given a superpower like this, what would you like to do the most?